Whoa, what's happening, everybody, man? Welcome back to the gallery. It is an awesome day to do some great works, man. Today I want to talk to y'all about a different type of shooting. All right, I'm gonna be sharing with y'all a little small snippet of my gun collection. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it. All right, first item on the agenda, man, we have the Sig P365. All right, this is very small. This firearm falls into the micro compact category. All right, this is a nice little concealed piece. It is 10+1 with the capacity. The good thing about these magazines is it have a nice little flared edge to it, so it's good for your thumb to be able to rest on it if you have hands that fit this firearm. It also have a load indicator at the top near the chamber, which is pretty dope. Also, a good thing about it is that it has night sights on it, so I think that's a very dope little add-on. I like that the dovetail on this thing is like real dug in, so you know it prevents you having slide bite when you get a full grip on it and you start busting off some shots. As I said before, this gun is a good master concealer, man. Like, you could actually have this thing in your pocket and not even notice, let alone having it on your waistline. So if you're looking for a nice little concealed piece, this is the one to do it. All right, up next we have the Springfield Hellcat. All right, this gun is still very small, but it falls in between that subcompact and micro compact category. All right, still a good option for concealed carry. The good thing about this gun is it has a nice safety on the trigger, so you have to actually make sure that you get a full nice press on the trigger. You can't, you know, half press it. Good serrations and everything on the slide. The front sight post is night sight, or I think it's fiber optic, I don't know, but the back, the rear sight is U-shaped. This is a real nice gun, man. It has a nice base plate on it, on the mag, to be able to help you get a nice grip on it, and it out of the box it is a 13+1 capacity, so pretty nice capacity for, you know, something that you conceal carry. All right, so up next we have the P12. All right, this is a nice 12 gauge pump action shotgun. This one is actually on its way out of the collection, but still just wanted to include it in the video. So on here I have a nice little small pick rail, so you could be able to add a light on it, and it also has a rail built in on the top, so that way if you want to throw a scope or, you know, mount you a red dot on there, you could do that as well. Then I added on the back here, added you know, just a little shell carrier to have more capacity, because I think this is 5+1 if I'm not mistaken. So cool little shotgun. I just, you know, don't really want it no more, that's all. So up next we got the Taurus Judge. This is a revolver. The good thing I like about this gun is that it holds 2 calibers. All right, it takes 45 long coat, and it also takes 410 shotgun shells. Now this is a 3-inch barrel, and you're able to hold 5 in the cylinder. The good thing about having 2 calibers is, you know, if one ever become like super overpriced, you're able to pivot and switch off to something else. Have a nice little fiber optic on the front. The grips, they a little mushy, but they it's still firm though. You could get a nice, you know, good grip on it, because this thing does kick like a mule, but it also shoots smooth, if that make any sense at all. Like I said, it holds 5, and it has a nice, you know, kind of black bluish finish to it. So yeah, man, this is a very dope gun, and I'm glad that I got a revolver in the collection. And up next we have the TP9 Elite SC. The SC stands for Superior Carrier. This gun is built for concealed carry, and it's also really, really nice, man. If y'all don't know about Canik, you got to do your research. All right, so we have tungsten Cerakoted slide, man. Really, really, really nice quality. I added a O-light on here, you know, for nice little illumination. Also the plate come optics ready, so you can go ahead and slap your red dot on here. It came with the Shield SMS2, but I hated that red dot, so I went ahead and took it off. You also still have that trigger safety on here, so once again, you can't short stroke it or the gun ain't gonna fire. You got to make sure you have your whole finger on the trigger. All right, nice sights. Not really worried about co-witnessing with it. You have a good striker indicator on the back of it to let you know if you have a round in the chamber or if the gun has been cocked and ready for fire. All right, then you also have, you know, like on most firearms today, you also have that good extra you know, hanging off the magazine on the base plate to be able to get a good grip on it. Also, an extra note about Canik is for the money, straight out of the box, man, best trigger that you can shoot. All right, super smooth, have a real good reset on it, and not too much pop, man. And when I tell you, if you do your research on Canik, you'll see that literally for what most people will spend building a Glock or any other gun, after buying the gun itself for like $800, you have to upgrade, you know, parts and end up spending $2,000. Canik is giving you that for, you know, $400 to $800 straight out the box. So you really cannot go wrong with this handgun, man, with anything in the Canik lineup. All right, so if you're looking for any guns, man, from full size to compact, try Canik, seriously. All right, up next in the collection, man, we have the MPA Defender. All right, this is another one that's on its way out of the collection. It was a nice, fun gun, but it's not really functional, to be honest with you. It's a little Mac 11 clone. It has 30 round capacity. It also ships with, it has a threaded barrel on it, but this is not a suppressor. This is a barrel extension. So if you want to be able to, you know, hold it with two hands, this is your point to do it. And you know, you don't really have no room on here for mounting a red dot. Your light options are gonna be pretty limited with, you know, such a small space down here on the pick rail, and there's not really much you could do with it. I mean, you can't, it's hard to hold it like a handgun, but also you can't hold it like a rifle, because, you know, unless you SBR and put a stock on here. So it's kind of, you know, just like a fun gun. It's not really nothing that's gonna, you know, be what you use on a daily basis. So I have shot this thing suppressed and it sounds pretty good, but like I said, man, this is just more of a fun toy, and, you know, I'm probably gonna be getting rid of it soon. All right, man, up next we have the KSG Bullpup shotgun, man. It shoots 12 gauge. This thing is a monster. Honestly, this is my dream shotgun, and this is probably 80% of the reason why I'm getting rid of the FN P12. All right, so just a couple things about this thing, man. I have the you know, vertical foregrip on this bad boy. All right, I also put a Crimson Trace red dot on here. Got some iron sights. Probably gonna take those off, don't really need it. I mean, it's a shotgun. The dope thing about the rail that's on this bad boy is that I was able to mount these saddles to get some extra capacity out of the you know, out of the shotgun, and just make sure I had some extra shells on hand and it don't interfere with the red dot. So that's a win-win. I also, on the cheek pad, added another little shell holder. So this gun really can hold a lot of capacity, man. Like, it's very dope. And on top of that, it has dual tubes. All right, so what that means is where your regular shotgun only have one tube that holds like 5 or 6 shells, this has 2. All right, so as soon as you get done shooting in one tube, all you have to do is just flip the switch, and then boom, you're in business with the other tube. All right, and each tube holds 7 in this gun. Now, unless you're using these short shells right here, then you can hold a whole lot more. So you really, you know, in the money, like you almost doubling your capacity. So imagine going from 7 to, you know, having about, you know, almost like 12 in there, man. Like, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. I also think that, in my opinion from shooting it, I seriously believe that if I was to move this grip back, I might be able to put a light on the bottom rail as well, because this is like a really long rail. So they were really good about giving you space to mount a whole lot of accessories. But like I said, man, this is my dream shotgun. I wanted one of these since the pandemic, and I couldn't find it nowhere, or they were like seriously overpriced. But they finally came back down to earth a little bit, and I had to go ahead on and grab it before it was too late. But definitely, if you are into shotguns, man, get you a KSG, man. Also, one thing to note is, even though whenever you eject a shell, it's pretty much like right here, you know, you don't really have the shells jumping out on your arms or anything like that. They fall off, you know, in a pretty good direction, and, you know, you won't burn your arm up or nothing like that. So don't worry. You know, it might look a little intimidating having it this close to your face, or having it, you know, near your shooting arm, but trust me, it's really no interference, and this is a really awesome gun to have. All right, y'all, we got a few more to go. This right here is another good special from PSA. This is the PSAK, all right? This is the GF3 edition. It's very tactical. It don't have the traditional wood furniture on it like, you know, Russian AK or Romanian. So it has black, you know, outfits from Magpul. And this gun, man, like, it is really dope. I went ahead and mounted put a side mount on this bad boy, so that way I can be able to mount my Holosun. I have the HE403R. The stock on this bad boy actually folds to the side, so you could kind of get that Draco feel without having a Draco. You get a lot more stability by having the stock, I assure you, no matter what you've seen from your favorite rapper in their YouTube videos. I'm probably gonna end up moving this red dot to the front a little bit and put on a magnifier, a 3x magnifier from Holosun. Other than that, man, I think this thing is good to go. AKs are just built different, let's be honest, man. You can put steel, brass, aluminum through an AK and it's gonna eat it all day, all right? And as far as durability, you can drop this from the top of a building, you can probably bury it for a week and then dig it up and shoot with it just fine, all right? Another thing, AKs are very accurate, despite what people may say, man. I dare you to try AK out, all right? It shoots just as accurate. It holds 0. You can really reach out and do some damage with this, with these things. And they also, like I said, are very durable, man. Very low maintenance. You're not gonna have many problems with an AK unless you get one from Century Arms. They hit or miss, but any other company, man, AK is gonna do you just fine. And once again, man, just the fact that you can collapse the stock and still shoot with it, whereas because all of the mechanisms are happening inside of the body, whereas on an AR it's kicking that bolt back into the buffer tube, so you can't shoot unless you have, even if you have a side fold adapter on your AR, you ain't gonna be able to shoot until you know, put it back where it's supposed to be. But very good firearm. I trust my life with it. And yeah, man, just the fact that you're able to, you know, collapse it to have it in a shorter configuration, very dope. This is probably not only top 2 or 3 in my collection, but in firearms period for me. All right, this is the Canik SFX Rival. All right, and once again, like I said earlier, man, for what you are gonna buy with any other gun for $800, $900 and then have to spend another $2,000 upgrading, Canik is giving you straight out of the box. All right, this is a full-size handgun. We got to take our time with this one, man. This is just beautiful. The video don't really do it justice. All right, you have a custom slide on this bad boy that has like all kind of cutouts and everything, so you can see the barrel. The serrations on here are super deep, very detailed. I mean, the Cerakote alone, man, just flawless. And then at the end of the barrel here, man, you have some cutouts for a compensator. And for those of y'all who don't know what a compensator is, it basically diverts gas into a different direction to be able to control muzzle rise and recoil. All right, the optics plate sits off of this bad boy like really nicely. Of course, I have my Holosun 507C. It has a solar panel on here, so even long after the battery dies, I'm still straight. Okay, fiber optic sight on the front. Don't really need the rear sight. It had to come off once you put the optic plate on here. The good thing about this optic plate is because this is a competition gun, they make it to where you can screw in this charging handle, so very fast reload times. And also, just in case you don't have a Holosun, you might have a Trijicon, you might have, you know, some other type of red dot. In the box you get like 4 or 5 optic plates, so no matter what kind of red dot you have, you'll be able to mount it because they give you many plate options. All right, on here I have the TLR1 HL from Streamlight, very bright light. All right, and you have 2 different modes on this bad boy. Like I said, man, this gun is just phenomenal. Once again, you still getting that classic Canik trigger. The only thing about this one that's different is that it's flat face. When I tell you the reset on this gun is so short, man, like this, I mean, you barely let up and it's reset and ready for the next round. Still has that trigger safety on there, so you got to make sure that you get a good full grip on the gun. The paint job on this thing is just phenomenal. It's gray, and then it has all of the accents done in gold. And let's talk about these accents real quick. You can With this thumb safety, you can take this and make it left-handed if you're a left-handed shooter. And there in the box, you can also put different sizes on this bad boy. I went ahead and got the large one on here, but there's a small and there's a medium. You can also take the mag well off. With this being a competition gun, reloading is like, you know, of the essence. And with other guns where you'd have to look and make sure that you know, insert the mag right. With this one, it's more forgiving because it has, you know, a flared bottom. So all you basically have to do is just get it in a general direction and then just follow it up. Striker indicator on the back. Like I said, man, real nice top of the line firearm, really good quality. 18 round capacity, and in the box you get a holster, you get you know, interchangeable back straps if you have different hand size. I already mentioned the 3 different mag releases that you get. Canik just give you a lot, man, for your money, and you just can't beat them, like straight out. So this is one of my favorite firearms like in existence right here, and it's in my possession now. I love it. All right, up next, man, we have another full-size specialty. This is the Springfield XDM Elite. All right, I alluded to this earlier, but man, Springfield does a really good job of putting, you know, different base plates on here straight from the factory. So even though it reads 19 on here, the capacity is actually 22, if I'm not mistaken. Very convenient. All right, I went ahead and put an O-light on here because, you know, you have the, if you have FDE, you have to get a brown light. You can't put a black light on here. All right, definitely had to make sure that I followed up and got the Hollow Sun 507C on here. I mean, you just can't beat a red dot that has a solar panel. All right, you have suppressor height sights, so you can co-witness through your optic just in case, you know, your optic battery dies, you crack it or whatever, you still get a good sight picture. Threaded barrel, you know. You get interchangeable back straps on this bad boy. You got a flared mag well, of course, too. You got ambidextrous controls of the whole thing, so if you're left-handed, you know, you'll still be able to handle your business. And you have a striker indicator on the top right here and on the back. And another unique thing about this firearm is that you get not only do you have your trigger safety, but you also have a grip safety. All right, so you have to make sure you grip this thing perfectly to be able to get a shot off. This gun is very tactical. I know law enforcement uses it, military as well. Springfield is just one of those companies, man, that just does it right. They make 1911s, pistols, rifles, and I just love Springfield, man. Good stuff, good stuff. A lot more in the stash, but this is gonna be the last one I'll show y'all for today, man. This right here is my pride and joy. This is my SBR, another Palmetto State Armory specialty right here, man. This is an AR-15. I got it registered as a short barrel rifle. All right, it's a 10.5-inch barrel, so it falls into the category of being an AR pistol. All right, ATF. Now, since I got it registered as a rifle and paid the tax stamp and all of that good stuff, I'm able to have this foregrip on here, and I'm also able to have a stock. All right, don't commit no felonies by putting these two things on here if you have a gun that's shorter than 18 inches and, you know, and it's a pistol. All right, don't do that to yourself. You probably going to jail, more than likely. All right, as y'all can see, man, I have the suppressor on this bad boy. This is the Omega 36M. The good thing about the Omega 36M, it can be broken down into short configuration. You can use it on just about every gun that you have if you have the right muzzle devices. I have the ASR flash hider on here. It does a really good job of mitigating that blast, whether you have the suppressor on or not. I hit up Tacticon. They had the Battle Torch V3 on their website with the pressure pad, so I'm able to get, you know, nice brightness, nice good flash, and I have it you know, sitting right at the end of the rail. It's the perfect length for my reach. Of course, y'all know I love Hollow Sun, so I have the HS403 on this thing. It holds a very good zero. I love it to death, and it is super accurate, just as accurate as my AK. I have the 3x magnifier. I have this gun zeroed for 25 yards, but you know, it can reach. It can reach. All right. I have the Radiant Raptor charging handle on here. It's ambidextrous, so whichever side you want to hit it from, you can. I also made sure I put a bad lever on there so my trigger hand never has to leave the gun. All I have to do is just swipe it with my index finger, and it's gonna close the bolt when I switch magazines. Whenever my reach is not fully extended on the gun, I can hold it closer thanks to this grip that I have from Tacticon. All right, it just screws around the lower receiver and you're able to hold it a little closer too. I dropped a Rave 140 trigger in here. It has a 3.5 pound pull on it, and it is flat face, so that is very good for, you know, having follow-up shots and just making sure that you get like a good accurate trigger pull and not you pulling your shots to the left, to the right, and all of that. So yeah, man, that's my collection. Thank y'all for watching. No matter what you get, man, by way of firearms, just make sure you educate yourself, know the laws, know federal laws, state laws, where you're at. And two, man, don't feel like you have to go out and get the most expensive things that's on the menu. Get what you can afford. All right, it's better for you to buy a $500 gun and train with it and know it in and out than to have a $3,000 gun that you don't even have zeroed and that you only shoot once a month. All right, so y'all stay safe out there, man. Make sure you get strapped. All right, and just educate yourself and practice. I'll holler at y'all at the next video, man. See y'all.